Ohio State football recap show. What's going on so far this year? We have some breaking news to talk about, and it's not for Ohio State. You want to get into it right now? Let's do it. So this is out of Michigan. They're not doing very well. The program is in shambles. This is just dropped on ESPN right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to read it. I try not to read it verbatim, but it was in Ann Arbor, ESPN News Services. So Michigan did fire their coach, Sharon Moore, charged with 3 crimes. He was charged Friday with 3 crimes, including home invasion, stalking a person that he had dated, prosecutors said. Moore has spent 2 nights in jail following his firing and subsequent arrest Wednesday. He's 39 years old. It looks like he's in deep water. Supposedly it's a felony charge for stalking and home invasion. Supposedly, I don't know if it was breaking and entering as well, but did have an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, and he did get arrested. Everybody's talking about this, so it's a felony third-degree home invasion and 2 misdemeanors. Stalking in a domestic relationship and breaking and entering. According to the complaint, the identification of the victim is confidential and is an individual with whom Moore has had a dating relationship. By the way, Moore is married with 3 kids. Talk about a home wrecker. Talk about this one woman ruined a marriage, ruined a career, and ruined a football program all in one time, one setting, just knocking it all out the park there. Cheaters will cheat, and obviously the Michigan program, they just need to start from the top down and just revamp the whole entire football program. By the way, that's what I think they should do, but that's just my opinion. I just wanted to talk about that with the breaking news. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about Sharon Moore? What do you think about the woman? I mean, everybody's talking about Sharon Moore. It takes 2 to tango. Obviously, she knew he was married. I mean, come on. Are you that dense? But I'm blaming both. I'm not going to sit there and talk bad about Sharon Moore. He did wrong multiple occasions, and she did as well. But I digress. Now we're going to be talking about the season recap. We talked about that last week, but I just wanted to talk more in detail a little bit about, the games, what's up with the quarterfinal, who are we playing, and who would you rather play. But as of right now, the season leaders, Julian Saying is the Heisman finalist. I'm not sure what day that is. It might be in January. But he's got 3,300 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, and 6 INTs. And the dude from Indiana might be the front runner, but Julian Saint actually had a better game than Ferrando, whatever the hell his name is. I think Julian Saint should win it. But Bo Jackson has 1,000 yards rushing this year, 168 carries with 5 touchdowns. Jeremiah Smith with over 1,000 receiving yards, even though he missed almost 2 games total. 80 receptions with 11 touchdowns. Caden Curry got another sack. He's got 11 on the season. And then Sonny Styles with 81 tackles. And it's going to be at AT&T Stadium. Ohio State Buckeyes versus either Miami or what is it, Texas A&M, I believe. It's Texas A&M or Texas Tech. Yeah, it's Texas A&M. So Miami and Texas A&M play Saturday, December 20th. So we still got another week for the college football playoff first round game. It will be at noon, and it will be on ABC and or ESPN. Texas A&M is favored by 3.5. Total over/under is 51.5, and then money line is Miami at plus 150. Taking a look at this game, who would you rather play against? That's the big question here. Miami or Texas A&M. And they have over 3. Carson Beck actually came on strong there in the end with over 3,000 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, and 10 INTs. Fletcher has 685 rushing yards. Tony has 970 receiving yards. Messiter only has 7 sacks, and then Torres 54 tackles. And this game is going to be, where is this going to? Kyle Field. That is going to be in College Station, Kyle Field in Texas. Supposedly going to be a really nice day, sunny and 66 for that first round college football playoff, and on ABC and or ESPN. Now, I don't know who I'd rather face. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. As long as Ohio State comes to play, I think we'll get the job done and move in to championship contention. And I think we will win the whole thing. I think it's going to rock them hard when they lost to Indiana. So let's go ahead and talk about that, shall we? I wanted to do a recap for Ohio State versus Indiana. We talked about the Michigan game last week. Now let's talk about the Big Ten championship this week. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana's success lies in never being complacent. I will say that the coach for Indiana is doing a very, very good job, by the way. Probably the best ever in college football history. Has a coach came into a program that was just, Indiana was always horrible. I think Ohio State won 38 times. There's been 30 years since 1989 is when the last time Indiana beat Ohio State, and they finally won again. But it was 28 or 30 some wins in a row against Indiana, and Indiana was just a basketball school. But now they're turning into a football school. First time ever being in a Big Ten championship, and the first time ever being a Big Ten champion for Indiana. Cignetti is his name. I was trying to just keep talking because I couldn't remember his name. Kurt Cignetti is probably one of the best coaches. He should win the Coach of the Year, hands down. Shouldn't even be. I mean, I'm a Ohio State guy. I think Cignetti did a fantastic job with that program. Kept it close against the Buckeyes. Good defense for Indiana. Couldn't do anything. They were just, that Indiana defense was just confusing Julian Saying really bad. But he did have 258 yards and a touchdown, but he did have an INT. Now, if you look at Mendoza, so the Mendoza Saying Heisman finalist comparison of the Big Ten championship game, let's look at the numbers. So Mendoza had 222 passing yards, 15 of 23, a touchdown, and an INT. Now look at Julian Saying. He had 258 passing yards, 21 of 29, with a touchdown and an INT. So pretty much identical completion percentage and touchdown to INT ratio. But you got to give it to Julian Saying with the edge of almost 30 to 40 more passing yards in that Big Ten championship game. And I think Julian Saying should, as a Buckeyes fan, I'm saying this, but I think he should slip into that first Heisman vote and win the freaking Heisman. I think that's just my opinion. But yeah, looking at the team stats, Indiana had a little bit more yards than us. It was 344 to 322. Both had turnovers. Identical first downs, 17. Indiana actually had a little bit more penalties. They had 5 with 49 yards. We had 2 for 20 yards. Third down conversions, though, that was kind of big. 6 of 13, almost 50% for Indiana. We were 4 of 12, which is 25% or something. It's horrible. And they did convert a fourth down. They were perfect at 1-1, but pretty much identical with time of possession, 29 minutes, 47 seconds for Indiana, and 30 minutes, 13 seconds for Ohio State. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think that Ohio State should get? Do we think we deserve it? Stuck at number 2. Depends on what Indiana will do. I'm not sure who they will be playing for the quarterfinals. But as for us, it's either Miami or Texas A&M. And I would rather probably play Miami, I think. I think we would destroy Miami. But here we go. I wanted to do a trivia question of the day. I was thinking about an easy one, but I always do easy ones for you guys. So I'm going to do a really hard one. And I might drop the answer possibly tomorrow afternoon. So I'll let you guys simmer on that but you'll probably cheat and Google it anyways. But all right, you ready for this one? Ohio State has produced a long line of consensus All-American defensive backs. One of them won the Thorpe Award and the Nagurski Award in the same season, becoming the first Buckeye to ever do so. Which player accomplished this and in what year? So that one is going to be a big time, hard Buckeyes trivia question. And I did not know the answer, and I certainly didn't know the year. But who won the Thorpe Award and the Nagurski Award in the same season for the Buckeyes, very first time? Which player accomplished this and in what year? Do you know this one? But I will tell you this, I was alive. So if you know my age, I was 14, by the way. So you'll figure out the year by that. But who is the player? Won the Jim Thorpe Award and Nagurski Award in the same season. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Love you guys. God bless. Tip the waitress.